Who's ready for a good film? Actually, a horror film, a scary one. We want to work on a part of a film, and you don't have to have seen the movie before. It doesn't matter. But if you have seen it, just try to think about the scenes in it and the things that happened and how it made you feel. Okay. The others. Have you seen this film? What do you know about it? Let me tell you more. This is about a woman who lives with her two kids in a house. And in this house, very strange and frightening things happen. She wants to understand things that go on around her, and she's worried and wants to protect her children. Well, she needs some servants for her house. This picture shows two of the servants who go to her house, and then strange things start to happen. So I am not going to show you the picture. It's a movie without without a picture actually. For the first time, I just want you to listen to what they say and for the things, the sounds, everything. Just try to imagine things. So, let's listen without watching the film and answer the questions. The simple question which says, which part of the film is it? Is it the beginning of the film, the middle, or the end? This is not talking about your tongue, okay? About the parts in the film. So try to understand that by not watching. It's like a secret you want to know about. And also, tell me, where are the people in this part? Who are the speakers? Do you know who they are? And what's happening? All right, now think about all these questions and keep them in your mind. If you're ready, we can start listening to the movie. Don't worry, we're going to watch it later.
Yes?
Good morning, ma'am. We've come about the...
Oh, yes, of course. Come in. I wasn't expecting you so soon. You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am. And this is Edmund Tuttle.
Pleased to meet you, ma'am.
You must be the gardener.
Ah, that's right, the gardener.
As you can see, the housework has been rather neglected since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
You mean they just vanished?
Into thin air. No notice, nothing. They didn't even collect their wages. They just left us.
What a strange thing to do.
You'll soon find out there are times when this house is not exactly an ideal home. Hence my advertisement in the newspaper requesting honest, hard-working people.
Oh, there's nobody more honest or hard-working than us. Isn't that right, Mr. Tuttle?
Oh, aye, we're very honest. And, very hard-working.
There are 15 different keys for all of the 50 doors, depending on which area of the house you're in at the time. Mrs. Mills, from tomorrow onwards, I will be leaving a set of keys in your charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tuttle, you can see to the garden now. You'll find tools in the shed.
Yes, ma'am.
You two could start closing the curtains. All of them.
I hope you have found some of the answers. So, to check our answers, we are going to watch the film with subtitles. We are going to see sentences and also the pictures. So, you can write the questions for yourselves. When you're ready, when you know what the questions are, then we can continue and watch the film and check our answers and maybe change them, make them better.
Yes?
Good morning, ma'am. We've come about the...
Oh, yes, of course. Come in. I wasn't expecting you so soon. You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am. And this is Edmund Tuttle.
Pleased to meet you, Mum.
You must be the gardener.
Ah, that's right, the gardener.
As you can see, the housework has been rather neglected since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
Do you mean they just vanished?
Into thin air. No notice, nothing. They didn't even collect their wages. They just left us.
What a strange thing to do.
You'll soon find out there are times when this house is not exactly an ideal home. Hence my advertisement in the newspaper requesting honest, hard-working people.
Oh, there's nobody more honest or hard-working than us. Isn't that right, Mr. Tuttle?
Oh, aye, we're very honest and very hard-working.
There are 15 different keys for all of the 50 doors, depending on which area of the house you're in at the time. Mrs. Mills, from tomorrow onwards, I will be leaving a set of keys in your charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tuttle, you can see to the garden now. You'll find tools in the shed.
Yes, ma'am.
You two could start closing the curtains. All of them.
Are you scared? Or you just love watching horror films? Now let's check the answers. Which part of the film is it? Actually, it's the beginning of it. It starts by servants arriving. You can just guess this by looking at a situation in which people meet for the first time. And where are they? They are in a house. And who are they? So it was a woman who lived in the house and the servants who came to work in that house. What's happening there? The house owner is trying to, first of all, get to know the new people in her house. And then she tries to give them a tour of the house, show them and tell them different things related to the house. Now we want to understand better. So let's watch again and fill in the blanks. 1. The man is a 2. The house owner wants honest what people? The house owner leaves the what in Mrs. Mill's charge. 4. The two women started to what the curtains. Now let's watch again and find the answers.
Yes?
Good morning, ma'am. We've come about the...
Oh, yes, of course. Come in. I wasn't expecting you so soon. You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am. And this is Edmund Tuttle.
Pleased to meet you, Mum.
You must be the gardener.
Ah, that's right, the gardener.
As you can see, the housework has been rather neglected since the servants disappeared almost a week ago.
You mean they just vanished?
Into thin air. No notice, nothing. They didn't even collect their wages. They just left us.
What a strange thing to do.
You'll soon find out there are times when this house is not exactly an ideal home. Hence my advertisement in the newspaper requesting honest, hard-working people.
Well, there's nobody more honest or hard-working than us. Isn't that right, Mr. Tuttle?
Oh, aye, we're very honest. And, very hard-working.
There are 15 different keys for all of the 50 doors, depending on which area of the house you're in at the time. Mrs. Mills, from tomorrow onwards, I will be leaving a set of keys in your charge.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Tuttle, you can see to the garden now. You'll find tools in the shed.
Yes, Mum.
You two could start closing the curtains. All of them.
Let's complete the sentences. The man is a... That's right. Gardener. Gardener. You don't say this. It's gardener. Gardener. 2. The house owner wants honest, hard-working people. 3. The house owner leaves the keys in Mrs. Mills' charge. In Mrs. Mills' charge. This means that Mrs. Mills is responsible. You know, the house owner is giving her some kind of responsibility and is giving the keys to her. So she, Mrs. Mills, is in charge of the keys. 4. The two women started to close the curtains. Have you heard any familiar sounds in this film? Or at least in these sentences? We have the target sound, the new sound, the sound of Unit 6 in each sentence in here. Can you find them? The sound ah. You can pause, find them, write them, or watch the film again and try to hear and listen to the people in the film speaking and making the sounds, and then you can find those words, and then you can continue with me. All right, if you're ready, we can see the answers. Okay, yes. Gardener, guard, gardener. Hardworking, charge, started. So these were the words that had the new sound of this unit. Thank you so much for your good work. Now, I have told you about how important it is to make the differences between sounds very clear. Because if you make them all the same, then there will be problem. Like, for example, how do you say this woman's last name? Her last name is Mills. Mills. And if you don't say Mills, instead you decide to use E. E. Do you remember? Sheep, ship. Now I say this, Mrs. Meals. Meals. She's not Meals. It's very different. It becomes a different word. She's not وعده‌های غذایی. Meal? No, Mel. Mills. So again, remember the differences and make the differences. They matter. Okay, talking about the names. Do you remember her first name? Do you remember that man's name? Let's see. You should know how to say your first and last name. You already know that, yes, but do you know very small details? You are Bertha Mills, Edmund Tuttle. Mrs. Mills introduces, Edmund Tuttle to the house owner. What I want you to do is to listen carefully to Mrs. Mills saying their first and last names. You can see that we have like 2 syllables in this first name and in here as well. So just listen to the first and last names and underline the stressed syllables in them. Okay? Ready? Let's do that.
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
Did you find them? Bertha Mills, Edmund Tuttle, right?
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
Edmund Tuttle, Bertha Mills. So these are stressed. But when we have first and last names next to each other, one word receives stronger stress. So one of them has a stronger stress. First name or last name? Which one? Now I want you to again listen and tell me. They are both stressed, but one of them is stronger. And which one is that?
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
یک تاکید بیشتر، یک انرژی بیشتری روی یکی از این کلمه ها هست. Be careful.
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
Okay. Yes, the stronger syllable is in the last names. In the last names, Bertha Mills and Edmund Tuttle. So this can be true about your names, your first and last names, when you want to say them in English. You need to give more stress to the last name. And remember, it doesn't mean that your first name is unstressed. It's just weaker. So let's talk about intonation on the last names in here. Listen again and tell me, what kind of intonation do you hear? Rising or falling?
You are?
I'm Bertha Mills, ma'am, and this is Edmund Tuttle.
They are falling. You are. Can you say your name with the correct stress and intonation? You know, if we want to use that kind of stress we use, for our names, we need to focus on stress in Farsi. And in Farsi, we put stress on the ending part, the last syllable in words. So you need to just find the natural way you say your names and then find that syllable and make that stressed. For example, if I want to say my first name, I say Nilufar. I put stress on the last syllable because that's what we do in our first language. I say Ibrahimpur. See? I say I'm Nilufar Ibrahimpur. Can you feel the last syllable in my last name more stressed and the intonation is falling? How about you? Practice saying your first and last names. Oh, right. Now let's practice stress in first names and last names more. Actually, in English names. They are stressed in both first and last names. Listen carefully and write the stressed syllables in both first and last names. We have the new sound in them. It's Tara. Tara. It's Tara Darlin. Ah, darlin. Tara. Ah. Bart Jackson. Bart Jackson. Ah. Margaret. 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 You see the difference between the sound and spelling. But you say Margaret. Ah. Marcus Marsh. Marcus Marsh. Marcus Marsh. Ah. Ah. Ilana. 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 Ah. Have you found the stress syllables? These words are very important for you to practice because you need to be able to notice them when you hear them because they are from the dialogue in part 3. So, if you need to listen again and find the stress syllables that I just pronounced, rewind the video. And if you're ready, let's see. Let's check. Did you find the right syllables? Now, what first and last names, what names from this list is for men and which one of them are for women? Can you find them? Tara, Margaret, Alana. They are women's name. Bart, Marcus. They are names for men. Okay, now let's work on the dialogue part. And please don't open your books. Don't read anything and don't go to that part because I just want you to get your brains ready and warm up and, move step by step to understand everything first in the dialogue and then work on sounds and pronunciation. So, what's happening there? Okay, it's a party. At a party. Party. You see? Party. And in this party, Margaret and Alana are at the bar. People are laughing in the garden. Laugh. Laughing. In American English, this sounds laugh, laughing. British, laugh, laughing. Listen carefully to the dialogue and answer. Is everybody enjoying the party? How do you know? If your answer is yes, how do you know? If it's no, again, how do you know that? Give me some evidence. Write something about that. Write words or sentences that show the reason for your answer to this question. Is everybody enjoying the party? If you're ready, we can start.
3B. At a party.
What a marvellous party this is! I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
Do you have an answer to this question? First, let's think about your feelings while you were listening to these people and the atmosphere, the vibe of that place. My answer to this question is yes. Because if you paid attention to how they were talking and the music in the background, people were very calm and very polite to each other, and they were like, in their voices, you could hear happiness. When people said what they said, they used very happy, positive voice. So this is just about feelings and the way people speak. How else do I know? People at the bar, I think one of the women there just said, what a marvelous party. Yes. And someone just called them and asked them to go to the garden because some people were dancing and they were very excited about that. Also, they said someone was playing the guitar. So it shows that different people were doing different things, and it sounds like a very enjoyable party to me. There were many names in this dialogue. They said lots of names, and I don't remember all of them. We practiced saying them before, yes, but we want to know what each person is doing. But the most important thing here is the answer to this question. Whose party is it? Just write the name, okay? Listen carefully and tell me.
3B. At a party.
What a marvellous party this is! I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
So at the beginning of the dialogue, the woman said, "What a marvelous party," and at the end of her sentence, she used the name Margaret. So it can be her party because she's expressing her excitement and her thankfulness to the host, Margaret. What a marvelous party. And then what does Margaret say? She says, "Where's your glass?" So it means that she wants to give her some drink. So this is what hosts do. You know, when you're a host, you offer people, you give people food and drinks. So that's why we think that it's Margaret's party. So there were many people there. Something that people were very much paying attention to was dancing. And the question is, who's dancing? Tara Darling, Bart Jackson, Margaret, Marcus Marsh, Alana. Who's dancing? Just tick the words that you think are the answers. Be careful. There could be more than one answer.
What a marvellous party this is. I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
Okay, if you paused during you're listening to the audio, it's fine. Now let's see, who's the dancer? Tara Darling. Anybody else? Marcus Marsh. They were dancing. Yes. So 2 people were actually dancing. In this dialogue, people used these words when speaking. And you see the stressed syllable is highlighted, and we don't show stressed syllables in one-syllable words because they, one syllable stressed. How do you say them? Marvelous. Marvelous. And in American English, you write marvelous with one L, but you see double L in British English. Marvelous, marvelous, marvelous. Ah. And don't pronounce re. So marvelous. Attractive. Attractive. Active. Fantastic. Fabulous. Smart. Very good. Okay. Now let's try to guess and use our memories to fill in the blanks with these words. You have 2 minutes, so you can start now. Go on.
At a party.
What a marvellous party this is! I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
You know, in this dialogue, we have many words that have the R sound. It doesn't matter if it's a name or, I don't know, it's a person's name, it's a noun, adjective, whatever. Just try to read the lines, look at the lines carefully, and listen again and underline every R sound you see, you hear in this dialogue. Underline that in your books or highlight them, okay? All the new sound of this unit. Ready to listen? Let's go.
What a marvellous party this is! I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
Very good. I want you to take your pencils and open your books. Find this part 3 dialogue, and try to highlight the new sound, the sound R in heart. Try to find that sound in every word you can see in this dialogue and highlight it. Like this, for example, marvelous. Do it for every single word that you think has the sound ah. Even if you see that word more than once, you see it many times, you highlight it, okay? So I'm going to play the audio, the dialogue again. You listen and you highlight. Okay, I just don't want you to try to guess sounds in your head. So listen and pause whenever you want it and highlight all the sounds. After we finish, we are going to check together. Okay? Do this now. Start.
3B. At a party.
What a marvellous party this is. I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
Three B. At a party.
What a marvellous party this is. I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic! And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
So good so far. And now I want to tell you how important it is to find a similar sound to this new sound and try to say them next to each other in sentences and practice contrasting them. It's very important. You know that. A very similar sound to this sound is the sound we hear in the word uncle. Uncle Brad, you remember? His cup had a bun, and he loved his cup with a bun on it. So you remember the sound ah. So I want to give you just 1 minute to look at this dialogue and remember the words, the sounds, and the voices. Try to highlight the sound in words. The sound ah. Go on. So ready to check? Okay, let's see. Much fun. enough, come, on, under, just, but, couple. Now listen to me, focusing on saying the sound correctly. Ah and ah. What a marvelous party this is. I'm having so much fun, Margaret. Is something wrong with my, speech? Did it sound natural to you? Am I really at a party? Am I really Alana? I'm making the sounds right, but where is emotion here? I feel emotionless talking, saying these sentences. So now listen to me and hear the difference. What a marvelous party this is! I'm having so much fun, Margaret. Can you feel emotions? So it's very normal if you are practicing saying the sounds correctly, like the first time that I did, and I felt no emotions in my sentence because I was focused on making the sounds right. And that is one step. And the next step would be giving sentences and giving my voice emotions. For the first time that you practice making the sounds right, if you feel like your voice has no emotions, it's natural, it's okay. Just give it time, okay? And when you are in control of the sounds, you know them, and you have practiced making them correctly, now it's time to listen to the dialogue, pause, repeat, and copy the emotions they have and put them in the words. Words, if they don't have intonation and emotions, they have very little meaning. And I told you that they are at a party that they are enjoying. You can hear it in their voices, they are excited and they are very happy to be there. So you need to do the same thing, and this makes the sounds come out more naturally, and you will feel better talking. You will not worry so much about making the sounds correctly, okay? Where's your glass, Alana? Where's your glass, Alana? Here you are. Thanks, that's enough. This is very, I don't know, when we compare what I am saying to what she was saying, it's very robotic and unnatural. Just very rude, like a host. Margaret, where's your glass, Alana? Here you are. Thanks, that's enough. Just don't do that. You can hear how horrible it is in my voice, at least. Be like this, while you are focusing on the sounds. For example, you want to say this. Do you remember how she said in the dark? In the dark? For example, what Martin said, if you're a girl, if you're a woman, you can change your voice to a male voice. And if you're a man, you can change your voice, to a woman's voice. It's just fine. It makes all these make sense, and you will enjoy it. Don't worry. For example, here, I would say, look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer. My voice sounded more manly, You can do the same. Before you practice, let me say this. She said, what a marvelous party. You didn't hear the T sound, did you? You didn't. What a marvelous party. Here we have the sound T, And after it, we have a vowel sound, or the T sound comes between two vowel sounds. Then you can make it sound like a. You say, what a marvelous party this is. You can say this way if you want, but you can also say, what a marvelous party this is. What a. Mm-hmm. So now we listen. And I'm not going to pause. You pause whenever you need. And you try to repeat sentence by sentence or phrase by phrase and maybe a word. Maybe just feelings. You try to listen again and copy the feelings. And I'm not going to play this twice. You need to, when you finished, rewind this video and go back, I mean the dialogue. Then you are going to use shadowing. And I have explained fully how to shadow. You then shadow from the beginning until the end with all those emotions and all those sounds correctly. Then, when you feel ready, record your voice. Then I know this is going to be a very good recording because you have practiced every little thing and you are ready. Then you can record. And remember, it's not like you shadow once. You practice shadowing many times. گوش دادن و تکرار کردن. شادو کردن باهاش. اینا فقط فکر نکنین یک بار انجامش بدین و کافیه. یا اگر که یک بار انجام دادین و به نظرتون کافی نبود غیر عادیه. نه، من این فقط یک بار دارم پخش میکنم و بهتون دارم میگم که برای اینکه تایم ویدیو طولانی تر نشه من این رو به عهده خودتون میذارم که هر چند بار که خواستین پخشش کنین تا زمانی که احساس کنین دقیقاً به اون نقطه کنترلش رسیدین که روی همه چیز خیلی راحت سوارین. Okay? Now I wish you luck, good luck, and go ahead and start.
Three B. At a party.
What a marvellous party this is. I'm having so much fun, Margaret.
Where's your glass, Alana?
Oh, here you are. Thanks, that's enough.
Alana, Margaret, come into the garden. Tara Darling and Marcus Marsh are dancing on the grass.
In the dark?
They're dancing under the stars.
Fantastic. And Bart Jackson is playing his guitar.
Just look at Tara. She can't dance, but she looks very smart.
Look at Marcus. What a fabulous dancer.
What an attractive couple they are. Let's take a photograph of them.
I hope you had a great time recording your voices. And you know that it's very important to compare it with the audio recording of the book. So that's when you learn many new things. So try that and try to make comparisons. Try to find where you speak emotionless or you make a short sound longer. Make corrections and make sure that you re-record your voice and you delete all those mistakes that you made. Then this shows that your work is done, is finished successfully in this part. So if you're ready, Then we can continue and go to the next part. What's your guess? What are we going to work on? We had these kind of sentences in the dialogue. You remember the first sentence? What a... Yes, what a marvelous party this is. And these sentences are called exclamations. It means that these sentences show surprise or excitement or anger. But these sentences, they don't have angry emotions. They're more like excited and surprised, maybe. Let's take a look at the highlighted words. What do they show? Exactly. They show the stressed syllables in each sentence. So tell me, how is the intonation? Do you remember from the dialogue? What a marvelous party this is! What a fabulous dancer! It's falling. Like it starts, it begins with a high of a rising, intonation, and then it falls at the end. Now I want you to focus on falling voice at the end of each sentence and try to pay attention, know that it's falling, and listen to each sentence. Okay, let's do that and see how it is used.
4A.
What a fast car. What a funny dancer. What a marvellous photograph. What a fantastic guitar.
Did you feel the falling intonation at the end of each sentence? Now listen and repeat.
4A.
What a fast car. What a funny dancer. What a marvellous photograph. What a fantastic guitar.
This word in here in this sentence is not stressed. Can you say why? What lovely weather! What lovely weather! What a fantastic guitar! In exclamations, we usually put the stress on the nouns and adjectives because, they are more important and the attention is on them. But in here, we have unstressed syllable after it. We give that some stress because we need to have a rhythm like stressed, unstressed. If we have like no unstressed syllables and after what we have a stressed syllable, we can remove the stress and put it on these and say it in a very unstressed way. What lovely weather! What a fantastic guitar! What a marvelous photograph! What a funny dancer! What a fast car! What lovely weather! Okay, this part in your books shows how you can practice making exclamations and use the new sounds, the old sounds, and say them, speak use them in speaking. Examples can be anything, you like. You can use these adjectives for these nouns. You can have other nouns or adjectives, but you just need to put stress in correct syllables and use the right intonation at the end of each sentence. For example, you can say, what an unusual car. What a dark photograph. What a smart dancer. At least make 5 sentences that show correct stress and intonation in exclamation sentences. So first, make your sentences and then try to find the stressed syllables and the right intonation. After that, practice saying them. Okay? This is going to help you so much with your speech. So do that and then continue. Good job, everyone. And welcome to the spelling part. So the new sound had different form of spellings and we want to check them out. What do you think? Just one letter. What was it? It was different in American English in some words. Letter A in words. Can you give me an example? How do you read it? Fast, fast. Dance, glass, grass. Ask, answer, ask, answer. Past, after. So when you look at these words, can you find a rule, a simple rule that can help you understand this? Why the letter A sounds ah? What comes after it? What letters? So we usually find this in British English when the letter A comes before these letters. For example, fast, asked, fast. Dawn, dance, dance. But there are exceptions to this rule. These words have an, as, but how do you say them? Do you say them with the sound ah? No, this is bank, mass. You know many words with this. Do you remember the minimal pair words? You can give me examples from that. How many do you remember? Farm, car, barn, start, star. Do you remember Tara Darlin and Marcus Marsh? They were dancing under the stars. Star. Can you guess this one? A and U. What words? Aunt. In American English, you say aunt. British, aunt. Americans say laugh. British English, laugh. My joke was so funny, they all started to laugh. And the noun is laughter. A and L. In words, calm, balm, half. In American English, you say calm, balm. But Here you say half. In British English we say half. This is less common. God. And you know, heart. Hearth. So this is how we usually spell the sound ah. So don't forget to add more words when you see them in your books. When you learn a new word, just find the sound in them. And if you see a word with the sound ah and the spelling, just add them to your word list. And try to be careful to pronounce that word with the correct sound that you have learned. And learn the spelling. توی کلمه های جدیدی که یاد میگیرین حتما نگاه کنین ببینین این سپلینگ هایی که کامن هست برای این صدا توی اون کلمه های جدیدی که یاد میگیرین هست یا نه. اینا رو برای خودتون ثبت کنین. و کلمه های هم صدا رو گروه بندی کنین، یعنی جدا جدا بنویسینشون و سعی کنین که کنکشن و اون رابطه بین سپلینگ و صدا رو هم توی ذهنتون برای هر کلمه ایجاد کنین. Well done. و توی این درس هم خیلی از کلمه های دیگه بود که این سپلینگ رو داشتن و من اینجا اضافهشون نکردم. برین و اونا رو پیدا کنین و سعی کنین که این سپلینگ ها رو بنویسین روی کاغذ و سعی کنین که بدون استفاده از کتاب و هر چیز دیگه ای هر چقدر کلمه میتونین از اون سپلینگ زیرش بنویسین و هی به اون کلمه ها و سپلینگ اضافه کنین کلمه و اون کانترست رو که باید ایجاد کنین بین این صدا و صدای درس قبل رو یادتون نره. Okay, well done. I think that this unit has come to its end. And now it's time to assess our abilities and skills at the end of each unit. You know that. And I hope that you have enjoyed your lesson so far and that you have learned and practiced in every step. So now let's see. Well, the statements would be, I can notice the new sound and its difference with a and ah. I can pronounce the new sound and contrast it with a and, again, ah. Two similar sounds to the new sound in Unit 6. So, both noticing them and pronouncing them. So you need to remember every single difference in all the sounds and try to be able to pronounce them. You can go back, listen to the part where we learned how to make the sound. Or you can go to the previous units, Unit 4, the sound a and ah. Review things so you can remember and use them again and learn them better so you won't forget them. That's normal and natural. That's called reviewing. And if you review, I assure you that you will improve and remember better. I can say and notice the new sound in both words and sentences. And we practice them a lot in both words and sentences. You know, when I, for example, hear them in minimal pair words or sentences, and I cannot understand differences between this sound and the new sound in this unit, then it's very good to use shadowing. When the audio recording is saying those words next to each other, you try to shadow when you hear the speakers. And try to make those changes in your mouth and feel the difference between those two. و یک روش دیگه هم خیلی موثره که از یک صدا برین به یک صدای دیگه، یعنی تمام حواستون به اون جنبه های فیزیکی صدا باشه و ببینین که زبون و لبها و فک در چه حالتی هستن و چه شکلی میگیرن به خودشون و از یک صدا به تدریج اون تغییر شکل رو ایجاد کنین و برسین به اون صدای جدید و بالعکس. این خیلی خیلی برای تشخیص این یعنی هر دو صدایی که به هم شبیهن و تشخیصشون و گفتنشون مشکل خیلی موثره. I can understand and use sentence stress in minimal pair sentences. You know, sentence stress to me is a very beautiful thing because you feel that you are speaking naturally. It's not emotionless anymore. And also, when someone listens to you, they actually like to listen to you. And you enjoy speaking. And this gives you confidence. If you cannot speak, if you're shy, practice in sentence stress and using it and understanding it helps you become a better speaker. You won't be afraid anymore. So we had a special use of intonation and stress in exclamations and in full names. So we need to be able to understand and use intonation and stress in them. And finally, I can spell the words with the new sound in Unit 6. So spelling is really important, and if you spell well, then you can read better. You also remember the pronunciation of words better, because this connection between sound and spelling is very important, and it helps you remember words, their meanings, and the correct pronunciation. Good job. Now let's see. At the end of each unit, we look at what we have done, what we have learned, what we have heard, what we have experienced as an English learner, and try to think deeply about the things that you used to do differently, in a wrong way, and now they are fixed. Think about that. What was in this lesson that helps you fix something in your speaking, in your pronunciation, that you used them in the wrong way, and now they are fixed? You can also think about something that in this unit you started paying attention to that you didn't used to before. And finally, I can say that I'm so proud of you for trying. Very good. Let me tell you, now that you have learned a lot, you need to use them and pay attention while you are using them. For more practice and more fun, I have made a worksheet. It's a worksheet for a song. It has exercises and it gives you a step-by-step guide and helps you understand how you should practice the song. Because it's very important for you to have some purpose, have a goal when you want to work on songs. I hope working on that and practicing that will help you a lot and you will enjoy it. See you soon in the next lesson. Thank you.